Rolling. Okay. Yeah. I don't know how to start it. Still figuring out the camera stuff. All right, so what's your name?
My name is Johannes Tchiakpe.
All right. Where do you live?
I live in Switzerland, but people call me Jones.
Okay. What's Tchiakpe?
Tchiakpe, that's my name. It's an African name. My father was from Benin, right next to Togo, in Africa, and it's a typical African name.
Is Togo a country?
Yeah, Togo is a country.
I'm embarrassed, I don't know that.
And Benin is a country as well. It's a small country in the middle of Africa.
Okay.
On the kind of the west coast of Africa.
Have you been there?
Never, not yet. I was born and raised in Switzerland. My mom's Swiss, and my father just came from Africa when he was young, and he was in Paris first, and then in Lausanne, and that's how they met.
All right. All right. And what do you do for work?
I'm a radio host. I'm hosting a radio show, a musical show, every night, 3 hours live, from Monday to Thursday.
What's the theme of the show?
The theme is like, the name of the show is Métissage, which is kind of mixed in French.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like me, I'm mixed.
Yeah.
My father was black and my mom was Swiss. And Métissage is the mixing.
Okay.
It's the same name. And we put all kind of music as long as it's groovy. So we go from soul to electronic music, house music, or that kind of music, as long as it's soul.
Yeah.
New stuff, mostly.
Yeah.
And kind of old stuff sometimes, because you have to put the good old shit.
For the old people?
No, not necessarily, because most of the people that listen to the radio show are like between 30 to 40, something like that. And we try to reach the youngest, but young people doesn't really listen to radio nowadays. So, you know.
And the show's filmed.
Yeah, the show is filmed because most of radio shows now are filmed. I don't know if it's a good thing because, you know, the thing about radio is just to listen, not to looking at it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's a good thing, but we had to do it. We're just following every other radio station, so we just, now it's filmed.
Yeah.
But we don't really care.
Yeah.
It's like the cameras out there, but you don't care. It's
That
just
probably,
doing our
that
thing.
probably makes it better because you're just doing your thing.
Yeah.
You're not putting on. You do put makeup on?
Nah.
Just kidding.
Come on. No, we don't care. It's just the cameras are here, but you just act like they're not. So you don't care. You're just doing the thing.
Yeah.
Having people around, interviewing people, and just having fun with you, man. Because I'm hosting and I have a DJ live with me, which is a little bit different. So he's mixing live every night.
Yeah.
So it's cool. It's very cool.
Do people recognize you in Switzerland?
Not really. No. No.
What about when you talk? They go, I know that voice.
Yes, sometimes, but not really.
Yeah.
Even if I'm doing this for 20 years, but no.
Yeah.
No. Radio is not as big as it was in the 80s.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's totally different. It's mostly internet and videos and stuff.
Yeah.
That brings you fame, but not radio. Which is a good thing because I really think
That'd be a pain.
yeah. Can do my thing.
Yeah.
It's cool.
All
It's
right.
cool like that.
All right. Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna look at my questions.
Yeah.
What do you love doing? What's something in your life you're passionate about?
Sharing emotions with people. I like that. That's why I like my job, because I'm interviewing people and I like that. Of course, I love music, because music's been part of my life since I was a kid. My mom was selling records and my father was a DJ, so that's how they met.
Yeah.
And
It's like your destiny.
yeah, kinda. And yeah, that's my thing. Yeah.
Emotions and music.
Emotion, talking, emotion, music, happiness.
Yeah.
I love seeing people happy and being happy. It's a great thing.
Yeah. when I showed up yesterday. So we haven't seen each other for about a year.
Yeah.
And Jones is in Bali, so we decided to catch up. And I arrived, and you gave me like 5 hugs, 5 hello hugs, you know. And I go, this is the Jones I love.
Yeah, because
you feel it.
Yeah, I'm feeling it, and every time I see you, it's always a magical moment because it always put me back in this spirit that we had together. Because we had a special thing, even if I did the retreat twice, but we did a different thing together because we stayed a month together,
Yeah.
a whole month together, which was a little bit different.
Yeah.
So we stayed like 3 weeks all together. And we didn't know each other.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, let's go for a
When
trip.
he signed up, I said, he was asking me, can we do a special program for like a month? I'm like, I have to make sure this guy isn't crazy or something. So
You said, you probably need to shrink. You wrote me that. You probably need to shrink. I'm not sure I'm the good
I don't know if
person
I'm
for
qualified for that. But somehow you convinced me, and it was
I
freaking
kept,
amazing.
I kept trying. I was like, no, I know it's the thing. I know I have to do it.
Yeah, yeah. And I have to give you credit because you got me through my bad mushroom trip.
Okay,
But that's another story altogether.
That's another story. That's a fun story though. We took mushrooms. It was my first time, and it wasn't yours first time,
No.
but you had a bad trip.
Yeah,
And
my first bad trip.
first bad trip, and
I haven't done them since then.
me
Like
neither.
4 years
No,
ago.
no, I'm not going to do it anymore. Anymore, that's all.
Anyway,
Moving
right along. So tell me about what's one of the biggest challenges in your life that you've overcome?
Stop being afraid of what could happen. Stop being a slave of your mind, thoughts, and being able to trust yourself. Really, not using your brain, but just feeling it inside. And that's the big change in my life since the retreat. And I know that no matter what happened in my life, I'm gonna make it somehow. So I'm not afraid anymore.
Yeah.
I've been through a lot of shit, a lot of hard stuff for the last couple of years. Got separated. I had a child, so it was scary for me because my father left me when I was a kid. So you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So it was kind of scary, but I'm doing pretty good with that. I'm doing really good. So I'm like, okay, everything's possible.
Yeah.
If you're not afraid, if you trust yourself, follow your feeling, listen to your own guidance, listen to your inner voice.
Yeah.
I wasn't listening to my inner voice before the retreat.
Yeah.
And
So tell me a little bit more, like what was life like before the retreat? What was going on? What was going on inside of you? How did life feel?
I wasn't controlling my life. I was doing a lot of stuff, but I wasn't controlling. I was just moving around the waves, not knowing exactly what you do, and not. And I was working already at the radio station. I had a problem with a coworker, which was a friend of mine, my bigger brother.
Yeah.
And we had argued a lot of argument. It was kind of not letting me be who I wanted to be, but I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah.
And one day I woke up and I was like, okay, I can't go to work anymore. It's not
Because
possible.
of this guy.
Yeah, because of this. But it was a whole thing. But the guy was a how do you say capitalism? Catalyst?
Catalyst.
Catalyst, yeah. The guy was a catalyst. It was the beginning of the whole process. I woke up this morning and I was like, okay, I can't go to work. And I called the job and I said, okay, I just can't. I don't know why, but I can't. So I
Was this after your first retreat?
Yeah, it was before.
Before.
It was before. It was before. And then I talked to him, and I was like, okay, you know what? You're my friend for 20 years, but I think I don't need you in my life anymore. And the fact that I had the courage to say that to my friend set me free.
Yeah.
And from that situation, I was kind of free, and anything could happen. And everything changed after that. I decided to go on a retreat, and I decided to listen to myself. I decided to let go, and to be not afraid. I had to just say, okay, I'm afraid, but I go. I just go.
Yeah.
And I tried, and I jumped.
Yeah.
Actually, it was kind of a jump.
Yeah.
Like a cliff jump. It was kind of a cliff jump. Like, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Relieve everything.
Yeah. So you decided to come on the retreat, had this thing go down at work, spoke your mind. Had you done any kind of personal growth work before the retreat?
I went to see Shrek.
Yeah.
2 actually.
Okay.
And he helped me just. No, it didn't help me that much, but because it was too on the surface.
Yeah.
You know, it was too in the mind. I need something deeper.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I was ready. That's why I chose to go to the retreat. I read your website, and I was like, okay, I think that's what I need.
Yeah.
To live the moment. And I know that for me at that time, to live the moment, it would be only possible while doing sports. That's why I like the surf thing.
Yeah.
Because I know when I'm doing sport, I only think about sport.
Yeah.
So
Natural.
It's a natural thing. So I'm focused on the moment.
Yeah.
But I wanted to do that in the other part of my life.
Yeah.
And that's why I choose
Yeah.
the retreat.
Yeah.
And it's just like, hey, surf, yoga, and at the same time do exercise and all that. I think it's a big thing for me.
Yeah.
I was ready for doing that.
Yeah. That's funny because the original philosophy and the name of the retreat was Surf Life.
Yep.
In the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
I think when you came, it
Yeah,
was
it
called
was
Surf
just
Life.
Surf Life, yeah.
And that came out of the question where I was asking myself years before, how can I experience the same feeling of flow and spontaneity and joy and energy that I do while I'm surfing? How can I experience that in this moment?
Yeah.
You know, when I'm on land, when I'm in conversations with people, when I'm by myself and I'm writing, how can I bring that sense of flow into my life and riding waves like that? So it sounds like you can relate to that. That's part of what attracted you to it.
Yeah, definitely, because I know it was the path for me to be able to do that in 80 circumstances of the sport.
Yeah.
Trust yourself and just go with the flow.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. Because usually I'm always preparing stuff. Even at work. At first I was writing stuff before being on air.
Yeah.
Now I just go on air and just trust myself
ride
and
the
just
wave.
and ride the wave. But that's the main difference between before the retreat and after the retreat.
Yeah. So how does it feel now, like to have that trust in yourself and that ability to be present?
I feel
know
alive.
what needs to be done, so you feel alive.
I feel more alive, and I feel more me actually. I don't need to hide behind a character or somebody, or because I was into hip hop, and so I was, with all the codes of hip hop and stuff. I don't need that anymore.
Yeah.
I'm just me.
Yeah.
And it's in me anyway. I don't have to pretend anymore.
Yeah.
I did that for 20 years. I'm good for that.
Yeah.
And I just feel more alive, living the moment. That's the main thing. Even when I'm interviewing somebody, I'm like, okay, my mind's always stressing me before, like, okay, what should I ask? And as soon as I'm in the interview, it just goes. And you just go with the flow, and you start feeling the people and the person that you have in front of you, and you start sharing, and then it just flows.
Yeah.
That's the main difference, and I love that because it's the same as when you're doing sport or surfing. It's like you just go with the flow, and that's the most beautiful thing about life. Because you can't think about it before, but it's not the same once you're on it. Once you're in it, once you're doing the stuff. So that's the main thing, and especially not knowing what's going to be. I kind of like it right now. I used to be afraid of that because I needed to know before things happen what it's going to be, and now I'm like, it happened. It's going to happen. It's cool. It's fine for me because somehow I found a way to enjoy that future moment. You know? So that's the big change.
It's huge, right? It's huge. It's music to my ears. That's the purpose behind it. You know, the beginning it was about how do I help people find that flow, and then after doing dozens of retreats, it became clear that connecting to yourself and then especially your purpose, which is that way of being is what puts you most in the flow, and lets you bring other people with you, which is the most fun. Which is probably what the people that you interview, what they get to feel. Where they might do other interviews where it's just an intellectual conversation or something, and then they sit down with you, and there's this little bit of like unpredictability, and they feel your love, they feel your passion for the music and for their work, and it just brings them along on the ride.
And you can't fake in it. You just have to be true to yourself. You can't just think, okay, I'm gonna do it like that. No, you just be yourself. But to be able to be yourself, I had to go on the retreat and do the inner thing, and find myself. And
So tell me what's a moment on the retreat that stands out for you?
I think the writing exercise was a good thing.
Why?
Especially in the morning, because first you don't talk, so you don't feel the energy of people, because I'm sensitive with energy. So as soon as somebody's talking, you can feel his energy. So you kind of losing yours. So writing exercise, silent in the morning was the best way to connect to yourself. And as soon as you're doing it, you can tell how important it is for you to do that in the morning. I'm not doing it like I used to do it in the retreat, but just try to connect to yourself, and through the writing exercise was the best thing. After, you don't need to do it like that, maybe like wake up early and do a writing exercise, but just find the moment to connect to yourself. It happens automatically after that. But that was the biggest things. And I'm not a writer. I mean, I write, I work preparing interviews and stuff, but I'm not a writer. And I discovered myself, like,
you can write.
I can write. I'm like, okay, that's one thing I can do. And as soon as you connect it to yourself, words are just coming. And it's pretty interesting. I love it. I kind of like it.
That's my favorite part of the retreats too. The process is just
trusting the process. I remember you told me that, because at the end of the retreat, because after a few days you're like, okay, it's good, and then you're scared to come back into your life, because when you're in a retreat, it's totally different. You're in Bali, you're in this beautiful place, everything is made for you to connect with yourself. But you know that you have to come back to your life in your own country with the bad habits, and with the work, with the people, with the bad energy and stuff. And I got scared, because I'm like, okay, I'm scared because I don't know if I'm going to be able to feel that again. And I remember you said, trust the process. And I was like, trust what? You know, it feels like there's nothing to trust about because I was a kid. And actually, you have to trust the process. But trust the process means trust yourself. Actually, trust the process of yourself into your own path. Yeah. And that's the key for the thing after the retreat.
Yeah.
Because the retreat is one thing, but there's a life after the retreat.
Yeah.
And that's most important, to be able to do what you did in the retreat in your own world, on your own terms.
Yeah.
And you have to adapt what you did in the retreat
Into
your life,
Yeah.
which is totally different.
Yeah.
And for that, you need to trust yourself
Yeah.
and trust the process.
Yeah. And you feel like that's something that you've been able to carry with you over the last few years?
Yeah, I'm not the same guy like I was 45 years ago. I had to come back from the retreat last year, though.
Yeah.
Just to,
Which is normal.
Just a quick reminder.
Yeah.
Okay, don't forget. Just don't forget what you learned 4 years ago.
Yeah.
But actually, that second retreat was almost as important as the first one, because I wasn't in between the two retreats, and now it's over. I mean, I'm totally different.
Yeah.
Definitely. I know that I can't come back like I was a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
I'm not the same guy again.
Yeah.
And a lot of change happened in my life. I have this radio show, and I know that I can trust myself. And I needed to do the second retreat to just not ending, because it's a long process, it's a life process, but just, okay, I'm done with the first step. Yeah. And it's behind me. Yeah. I don't need to think about it anymore. Yeah. Because it's it's integrated. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. Well, what it seemed like for you was the first retreat, like you were the main changes that happened were in your professional life, and then the second retreat was your personal life.
Yeah.
Like that's what.
Yeah.
It's not like that for everyone, but that was your process. But it was like turning both those pages and completing that chapter of your life, and then moving on in both your professional and your personal life to a whole new new evolution of Jones.
Exactly. Yeah. It was first my position in my work, and be able to be who I am at work, and then the second one was to accept the reality of my personal life. Yeah. And even if I had to do some choices, hard choices, kind of. After the second retreat, I was able to do it in my own terms and the best way I could do it. You know, without hurting anybody, including myself. Even if it's hard, because relationships are relationships, and you have a family. You always think that you're broken everything, but you're not if you're doing it in a good way. Yeah. And the second retreat helped me a lot for that. Yeah. And like a year after, because it was a year ago, I'm pretty confident, and I'm like, if I take a look back, I'm like, okay, I did a good thing. Yeah. So
would you
it happen?
Would you I guess one of the things that's important for me to communicate and hear from people is how things, because like you said, on the retreat, you're on Bali, you're in paradise, you're doing these writing exercises, you get beautiful food made for you. It's like not most people's normal life. Yeah. And we're reinforcing things with surfing and yoga and meditation and all this, but like you said, it's a separate thing how you handle your life, how you approach your life afterwards. And so would you say that things have changed in your reality since doing the retreat?
Of course. Everything has changed. I know the importance of balance between sports and between jobs and you're more in control of your life. That's the main thing. Because for me, even if I was already doing something that I love, my job, I always loved it, but not all the way.
Yeah. Well, one thing you said was that you now you can be yourself at work.
Yeah.
I think that's for like most people, they can't be themselves at work.
Yeah, because most of my life, I try to be accepted by others.
Yeah.
Because I was mixed and growing up in Switzerland, and back in the 70s, it was that much African. So I always had to be nice, polite, to be accepted. Yeah. Even though I was different. And I think I totally accepted my difference right now. Yeah. And my differences are my power.
Yeah.
So it's totally different. Yeah. And like, okay, I'm different. I am. But it's a good thing. Yeah. And I always was different. I was into hip hop in the mid 80s in Switzerland. You know, when there wasn't that much people back at that time. I was dancing. I was rapping a little bit. So I was always into different things. You know, nowadays hip hop is everything, everywhere. Yeah. So, but back in the 80s, it was totally different. So I was kind of always being an outlaw. Yeah. So, but I wasn't really accepted it. Now I'm like, okay, that's me. So I don't need to pretend anymore. I'm just me. Yeah. And that's the main change. Because when I look back, I'm like, okay, I'm 47. I'm in this entertainment business for 30 years, even before it was a business. Yeah. Because it's just my thing. Yeah. And now I can move on and just being me and let go that tag, that hip hop tag or that whatever. I don't need it anymore. I'm just being me. Yeah. So it's cool. Yeah. It's really nice. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Did you find that did you have any opportunities that came to you kind of like spontaneously from the clarity you got at the retreat?
Yeah, I think even my job, even my new show, it happens just like that. We had a new boss at the radio, and he said, okay, I'm going to take you out of your hip hop show. You've been doing it for 20 years. And I was like, no, why are you doing it? And I was feeling like, you're taking something out of me, and I need it. Yeah. And it was the same process as the retreat, but somebody else did. My new boss. Yeah. It was like, okay, I want you to do this show. It's this show. It's all this show from the radio show, and you can do it. And I was like afraid. I was still afraid. It was 2 years ago. Yeah. It was before the second retreat. Yeah. So I was like, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know. I'm feeling like a motherless child. You know, like no. And yeah, it happens just like that, and it was the good thing for me. Because I stood up by myself. I wasn't in a team anymore, with the crew. You got all your guys and stuff. It's easy. Yeah. And I was all by myself. Okay. So it was a good thing. And yet it happens just like that. And most of the things that happen to me right now are good things that happen just opportunities. And it happens just like that. And you know that you're on the right path when things come like out of nowhere, but it's just made for you. Even if you don't know yet, you have to be aware. And I'm more aware now that I did the retreat than before of the opportunities that come. Yeah. Now I can tell, okay, this might be a good thing. Yeah. And even if I'm a little bit scared, it's a better thing. Yeah. I'm like, okay, it's kind of scary. That's where I have to go. Yeah. You know. Yeah. So that's the main change. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. All right. What would you say to someone who's thinking about doing the retreat or the process, and they're not sure, they have some doubts?
If you have some doubts, you have to do it.
Why do you say that?
Because if you have some doubts, it means that you need to to go out of your comfort zone. If you have some doubts, it just means that it's something new for you. But if it's new, it means that you start thinking of doing the thing in a different way. So that's what you have to do it. That's exactly why you have to do it, because it takes you out of your comfort zone. And that's the main thing. So if you have some doubt, just go for it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And like you said, trust the process. Asking yourself is already the good thing. If you ask yourself, it just means that you want to think outside of the box already, which is a good thing. You want to change things in your life. So just go for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just go. You gotta do it.
Just go.
You gotta do it because you gotta do it because it's an experience, and that experience is your life.
Yeah.
You won't have another life.
Yeah.
Just do it now.
Yeah.
Why wait?
Yeah. Yeah. I you know, this is my life's work, my passion, and it's been hard for me to figure out how to communicate about it in a way that does it justice. You know, it's like on the retreat, it's so profound and powerful and fun and playful for people, and I really believe that, you know, as a person, if you want to live your best life, you've gotta find someone, some process, a mentor, something to help you connect deeply, to help you cut off the outside world and the distractions for a little period, so you can go deep and connect with yourself and understand yourself. And I just can't imagine a more important thing for us to do with our lives.
Yeah.
You know, take that little bit of time out. It can change everything.
Because the thing is, as soon as you connect with yourself, the connection is made.
Yeah.
You can be anywhere. You can do anything. You just connected with yourself.
Yeah.
You just found the happiness you were looking through some stuff before that.
So
that was me.
This is what I want to bring up, because you've said this to me a number of times in the water while we were surfing this morning, you know, talking about it. And so I wanted to ask you about this. But so you've used this phrase. You said something like, I stopped looking, you know, what I was looking outside of myself before, and, you know, through people,
through relationships, through a career, through jobs, through tags, through fame, to be somebody instead of looking in me. And the retreat helped me find myself inside and find first myself, and then the happiness I was looking through other people or through other stuff. And that's the main change.
Yeah.
Because now, like I said earlier, anything can happen. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm with me.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And you trust yourself.
And I trust myself.
And you can hear your guidance.
Yeah. I can hear myself, and I can listen to myself. And even if I fail once, twice, it doesn't matter. Because now I know that I would find a way.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that my life is going to be easy.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. But no matter what happens, I'm going to make it.
Yeah.
And that's the main difference. And I'm happy, you know, of what I am right now, what I live, this interview now, the wind, whatever. I'm just feeling good.
Yeah.
And there's no, even if there's complication, there's no problem like I was seeing the problems before.
Yeah.
Like problems, I have to solve it. It's okay. Yeah, it's hard. It can be hard. You have complications, but so you can always find a solution. And trust yourself. Yeah, trust yourself is the main thing. And for that, you have to go through that process.
Yeah.
And retreats helps me for that.
Yeah.
Really. And even though after the first one I wasn't sure. I remember the discussion we had was the day before the end of the first retreat, and I was like, okay, I'm And I was fucking scared. I was really scared of it. And I remember looking at you, and you were all calm and like kind of smiling. And I was like, what are you smiling for? It's not fun
I'm
at
scared.
all. I'm scared. Why are you smiling? And you were like, it's okay. Just trust the process. It's all right to be scared now because you've already made some change. You said that to me, and I wasn't sure to understand what you said because I was too scared actually.
Yeah.
And I let go. Like, okay, whatever. just let go. And yeah, and the changes was made, and things in my life after changes a little bit. Even though I wasn't that sure at that time, but life shows me that I already was on the right path. And then I started, but right after, it took me time, and after I started trusting myself. But it takes time. It took time.
Yeah.
It really took time.
Yeah.
And it really started after the second retreat, to be honest.
Yeah. What would you say to someone who's just finished the retreat, say in the last few months or the last year? Because, like you said, it's a process coming back home, and adjusting to your old relationships. Not adjusting to your old relationships. It just takes time for your physical world to adjust to the new you. What would you say to someone who's feeling a hard time with the adjustment right now?
Be patient. Be patient. Because I'm not a patient guy, and I had to learn how to be patient.
How?
By just repeating yourself, trust the process.
Yeah.
It's sooner or later it's gonna change because you already did the change. You already took that road. You're not gonna come back and take the other road anymore. It's over. So just keep going on that path, and sooner or later it's gonna change. You have no choice anymore. You did your choice earlier. So just go and follow it, the process, and it's gonna happen. And it will. Because the change I've already made, as soon as you do in a retreat, you're already not the same person anymore. So it can, of course, it can take time. We're all different, and our lives are all different. So maybe it can take a month, 2 months, 2 years, 1 year. You don't know. But just keep going. Keep going. That's the thing, and that's your life. So you have to keep going anyway. You're not gonna wait. Like, okay, I'm waiting to change the cost. No, it'll come. It'll come when you're ready.
Cool. That's all my questions. Is there anything else you want to share? Any final message you want to tell the world?
Love yourself. Because you can't do the process if you don't love yourself. You have to accept what you did and love yourself. You need love to yourself, to listen to yourself. You can't ask people to love you if you don't love yourself first. And to do this process and to go inside yourself and connect to yourself, you have to let go and accept who you are first and love yourself and say, okay, I'm me, and now I'm ready to go on my path. That's it.
All right. Yeah, beautiful. I'm gonna give you a hug.
Thanks, man. You're my man.
Thank you.
I love you,
Love you too, Bill. All right.
Rick's the man. Gotta say it.
Hey, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are really ready to supercharge the next phase of your life by tapping into the power of your purpose, then click the link somewhere around this video to learn more. And I look forward to working with you, maybe with our feet in the sand on Bali. Have a great day. Bye.